All right, guys, we're here for lesson 3 in module 2. Our learning target for today is to understand addition of integers as putting together, counting up and counting down, and combining absolute values with vectors. Now, exercise 1, if we're in class, we're going to try to take care with whiteboard so that we can actually do something in groups, hopefully. But for our video lesson, we're going to go ahead and move on to example 1. So I want you to look at the models here. The first one, which shows 2 plus 4 equals 6. And the second one shows 2 plus negative 4 equaling negative 2. So I want you to keep this in mind, that counting up negative 4 is the same as the opposite of counting up. Okay, we're going to cross this out because I don't want this to confuse anybody. Counting up negative 4 also means counting down 4. Okay, so let's backtrack a little bit. And for each example above, what is the distance between 2 and the sum? Okay, so I want you to think about that for a second. Write in your answer here. By the way, we're on page 12 in your workbook. So you're thinking about this question. For each example above, what is the distance between 2 and the sum? So in both of these. Okay, so you should have said 2 is 4 units away from the sum in either model. Now, the difference is that one is showing positive 4 and the other is showing negative 4. So this will help us answer this question. Does the sum lie to the right or to the left of 2 on a horizontal number line? Okay, so we kind of have to take a two column approach here because we have 2 different models that we're looking at, right? So this first model shows 2 plus 4 equals 6. Well, my sum is to the right. And on the second model where it shows 2 plus negative 4 equals negative 2, I see that sum is on the left. Now, let's think about this on a vertical number line, okay? A thermometer, okay? You know that a thermometer measures the temperature, and it looks like this, right? Somewhat. And 0 would be here. Now, on this number line, if I would flip it to where it would become a vertical number line, that sum of 6 would it be above the 2 or would it be below the 2? So on my vertical number line, if 2 is here, we know that the 6 would be above. Okay, and on the vertical number line, and thinking about this one, if it were flipped to show a vertical number line, negative 2 is below 2. Okay, so now we're going to start shifting to thinking not only about horizontal number lines, but there are vertical number lines that exist in math. So we're going to kind of work a little bit with both here today. Okay, now this might seem like a trick question, but it's really not. Given the expression 54 plus 81, determine without finding the sum. So that means we don't want to answer this. Don't answer it. What would be the distance between 54 and the sum? So am I really going to write out a number line with 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56? No, that's going to take entirely too much time. But when I look at the expression, I should know right away that if I needed a number line to work this out, or if I had a number line to work this out, that 54 would be 81 units away from the answer, because I'm taking 54 and I'm adding, let me go to the right, I'm adding 81 units to the right. So $81 units to the right is where we would find our answer for this expression, okay? So whether or not you have a number line, just be thinking that in terms of absolute value, the absolute value of 81 would mean that I would move over to the right 81 units, and that's where I would find my answer, okay? So let's move right along to thinking about this. Is the sum to the right or to the left of 54? Well, we already said it's to the right, but on a vertical number line, like if I had this number line here, we know that 54, let's say 54 was right here. My answer for 54 plus 81, 54 plus 81, whenever I add 81, I'm going to keep moving up that vertical number line because that's where my positive numbers are. They're up away from wherever I'm counting from on a vertical number line. So I know that whatever my answer would be, it would be up here above 54 on a vertical number line. Let me know if that makes sense. If you have a question, I want you to stop right now and I want you to put it into the comments on this video, okay? But moving right along, if I have the expression 14 plus negative 3, where would that answer be on the number line? Okay, so thinking about negative 3, which direction do I move to show negative 3? I know in my head that negative numbers are on the left side of 0, so I'm gonna say that I should start at 14. Well, I should start at 0. Of course, I should always start at 0 on a number line. Move to 14. Then negative 3 would cause me to move 3 units to the left. And that is where I would find my answer. Okay, so is the sum to the right or to the left of 14 on the number line? Well, negative 3 means that I move to the left. So my answer is going to be a little bit further to the left of 14 on the number line. And on a vertical number line, 14 may be right here. And which direction am I going to move to essentially take away 3 from the number 14? 14 is going to decrease whenever I add negative 3 to it. So my answer would be down here somewhere. So it would be below 14 on the vertical number line. Okay, I want you to pause right now. If you have any questions, go ahead and type them up in the chat. And kind of like we did in the last lesson, I'm going to want you to do exercise 2 after example. Let's see, we have example. Oh, no, we don't. I'm sorry. I'm going to use this one as an example then to continue showing you. Sometimes it's just repeating exercises over and over that finally gets it to click for you. So if you understand this, all that we're doing is we're using the number lines to help us navigate back and forth to add and subtract. I should say add integers. So you can go ahead and get to your assignments. Problem set is going to be in assessments as usual. Post it into Google Classroom as well as your exit ticket. So those are your assignments for this lesson. That is going to be for lesson 3. There's 5 exercises in the problem set. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to choose 3 of them. Okay, so get those 3 problems done in your problem set and work on your exit ticket. Now, if you're still following me because you need a little more help, you need some more guidance before you can do this on your own, that's perfectly fine. Remember that everybody learns at their own pace. I'm going to show negative 5 plus 3. Okay, so as we've been doing, we've got this number line here. We should always start at 0. And to find -5, I know that I need to go to the left. So I'm going to move to the left 5 units, and I'm going to draw a vector showing where I'm going. Okay, so here's my movement to -5. And now at the end of this arrow, I need to show that I'm adding 3. So I'm going to move, this is a +3, so I'm going to move to the right 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And place my vector there. And I see that my last arrow ends on -2. So that means that -5 plus 3 is -2. All right. If you still have any questions, please get with me and let me know. I want to clear those up for you because, like I said, this is very important. You're going to have to know how to do this as we work through all of the rest of the modules. You're going to see integers basically for the rest of your life, okay? You're going to be working with positives and negatives in other math classes, and if you want to go to college, and even in your job. Whether you're working with big numbers, small numbers, you're going to see negatives somewhere. So we have to know how to do this, okay? So go ahead and get your assignments done, and I will see you for lesson 4.